This message is specifically for parents who don't want to spank their children anymore and who don't want to scream at their children anymore. We are all worthy of grace, mercy, forgiveness, and compassion. We are learning and growing with our children. Number 2, it can feel so hard to break these cycles, to break these generational patterns. It can feel so hard to create a relationship with your child that is so different from what you may have experienced as a child. It can feel so hard to be present, to be aware, to be conscious. It can feel hard to parent from your peace. It can feel hard to hold space for your emotions and your feelings, and to also be able to hold space for when your child is processing emotion, especially if you didn't grow up in a household where you saw adults operating that way. It can feel hard, but it's possible. And if breaking these cycles is what you want very, very deeply at your core, it is also your destiny. Stop doubting yourself. You can do anything that you put your heart and mind to. Number 3, let mom guilt be your guide. Make a list of all the things that you've done or said that you can remember recently that really stand out, right? Make a list of a few things that you've done or said that led to you feeling tons of mom guilt. And then look at that list and smile, because all of those patterns and habits you picked up from the society, from how you were raised, etc. Strong patterns and habits that no longer resonate with who you've become. Look at that list and smile. It's a very victorious moment to be aware of what you've outgrown. Anything you do or say that brings about shame or guilt is showing you the behaviors and patterns that if you were to give yourself permission to no longer do anymore, would lead to you feeling tons of peace, tons of joy, and acting and speaking more from who you truly are. Anything that you've done in the past that feels icky, it doesn't define you. It actually is helping you get more clarity about who you are and who you are not anymore. Mother's guilt is a good friend, letting you know the behaviors that are on their way out the door. You are evolving, you are growing, moment by moment, day by day. And there are certain people, places, things, scenarios, patterns, habits that have got to go. They've got to go. And it's going to keep on, we're going to keep on shedding because we're going to keep on evolving. Currently, there's a pattern and habit that resonates with me to create content in this way. But in 5 years, 2 years, 5 months, that may be a pattern and habit that has to go. I'll know when it's time because it'll feel too tight for me to keep doing this. And I'll know it's time because I'll know that doing this, I'm doing it out of obligation instead of what brings me joy, right? Currently, that's not the case. I do this because it brings me joy. I can feel that it resonates for me to do this. But my point here is that what resonates with you to do today may be something that you outgrow or evolve beyond in 5, 10, 15, 20 days, months, or years. Anything that you do in parenthood that feels tight and icky, and especially if it leaves you feeling mom guilt or shame, these are powerful moments where you are able to gain tons of clarity about patterns and habits that you have outgrown and evolved beyond. But you're the only one who's going to be able to give yourself the permission to no longer give those patterns and habits fuel and energy and attention. You're going to have to be the one that when you feel that pattern and habit emerging, you're going to have to be the one to pause and hold space for it, sit with the sensations you're feeling, and choose no longer to perpetuate those cycles. Number 4, if you are waiting to let go of the pattern of yelling, if you are waiting to let go of that pattern, if you feel as though the only way you're going to be able to let go of that is if your child or someone does not do something to trigger you, then you will never let go of the pattern. If you want to stop screaming and yelling at your child, number 1, make sure that you have an intention to stop speaking to yourself negatively and to stop speaking to yourself in any type of derogatory way. Okay? We cannot have an intention to be kind, nice, or uplifting and empowering to our children if inside of ourselves we are still yelling at ourselves and being mean to ourselves. Okay? So number 1, make sure that you have an intention to, from this moment forward, stop talking to yourself in a mean way. Start having the intention to notice anytime you have negative self-talk happening and start making it a habit to hold space for it, to be aware of it. Your awareness breaks that cycle. Right? Number 2, give yourself permission right now to acknowledge that nobody makes you yell. Okay? Yelling might be a strong pattern and habit, but nobody on this planet makes you yell. If my child comes barging into the room right now screaming, we've been programmed and conditioned to say, that's what made me yell. No. Stop giving your power to this world. No one is making you do that. It's a choice we keep making to scream. It's a choice we keep making to yell. You are too free. You are so powerful. So powerful. Do not give your power away by believing that my child running into this room screaming forced me to yell. No. thinking like the thinking like that comes from a long line of us being spanked and hit, and your mom catching you, you're taking a shower and therefore you can't run away from the spanking you're about to receive, right? And your mom coming and catching you while you're taking a shower and spanking you with the belt for something you did at school, or that line of thinking is coming from many years of you getting spankings, being screamed at, and then being told that the reason I did it was because of you. Husband beats wife, and then husband says, I did that because you did XYZ. No, bro, no. If my child comes in here screaming and yelling and I start to yell at her, I'm yelling at her because I'm choosing to, okay? We will never break any cycles if we do not take full accountability for our ability to choose. You are a chooser, okay? Your awareness breaks the cycle because you are aware of the patterns and habits that are no longer serving you, but then you also have a choice. Continue or to discontinue. Give yourself permission right now to set the intention to no longer choose to yell. If it's not an option, if it's not on the table as an option at all, the more you make that choice not to yell on purpose, intentionally, when you feel it coming, the more you're going to practice choosing other ways to communicate, and or choosing to say, hey, I need a moment to just self-regulate. I need a moment to just pause. I've yelled at you in the past, but I'm done. I don't want to yell at you anymore. So I need a moment to just relax. It might be 5 minutes, it might be 10 minutes, but I'm going to come back and talk to you when I feel more regulated. And when you start to double down on that intention to no longer yell, you are going to feel so much more energetic. There's going to be so much more energy and just joy and peace that you have access to moment to moment, because it is so energetically draining to yell at people, to scream, to yell, to hit. All of that stuff just zaps you of your energy. So man, the more that you continue to double down on that intention to break that cycle, you're going to start to notice that you feel a lot more alive and just full of energy and joy. So I got 2 beliefs for you. Choose one. 1, I cannot stop spanking or screaming at my child. The pattern is just too strong. It's too hard. It's impossible. Or number 2, I am capable of doing anything I put my heart and mind to. I am capable of breaking every cycle that I have the intention to break. With practice comes mastery, and I am free to practice any skill that I choose. I am free. All right, y'all. And so I also want to leave you with this. You have always been and will always be connected to your source.